the best thing you've ever tasted, isn't it? That's exactly what I'm thinking. Every time that I got to have that, it was just like a euphoric experience. I got a big old
Ladies and gentlemen,
thanks to my big vocabulary. I'm flexing my big vocabulary.
It's my turn.
The flying.
As I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the M-CHS Drama's production of The Isle of Skye. We hope you enjoyed this original musical written by Captain Nicholas Sanger, his first mate Marla Sitton, and the Hardy crew. Please silence your devices and refrain from using flash photography as you may scare Misty.
Oh, Misty, that good old dog.
We have a 15-minute intermission where you can visit the Old Merchant's concession stand before coming back for Act 2.
Ah, the Old Merchant, I love that man. You will all love them.
Act 1 will last about 2 hours and Act 2 will be about 1 hour. After the show, we would like to invite you to stay for a talkback with Captain Nicholas Sander's crew. So sit back, watch out for fairies, and join us aboard the Diamond as we share with you the story of the Isle of Skye.
Apply a pair of leggings and a collar and a tie and a nice lady on fashion. A light hair goggles and colored in blue, and an old-fashioned radio make it too. You know, the village square is a lot busier than usual tonight. I don't recognize a lot of you. But, let me tell you what, Tom, he fishes a lot. Take a deep breath in. You smell that fishy smell? Yep, that's Tom. He's a fisherman, so you should recognize him. Over the road, we have to come back. Over the fields, we race when we sat. Over the fields, we toast, speak through, sing and scream, and do. Oh, no, I do. I must be going to bed, or it's getting late. The fire's all big, no, like, for the story of me, old Rickadoo. It's hello, I got me with you, it's this old thing. I once heard tell of a group of fishermen who rose above their ranks as hard workers to go on a journey that would grant them their deepest desires. Now, I don't know about you, but the only thing I love more than singing is telling a story. And singing, who's with me, huh? Okay, there's a lot of you, more energy. Who's with me? That's what I'm talking about. Now, let me tell you something about this village. Sailing isn't just a living for the people of this village. It's a lifeblood. Every day, the sailors go out to sea, and every night, they come back to port, grab a pint at the pub, and share stories of their amazing adventures. In my time, I've heard a great deal of stories, but one stands above the rest. A story filled with magic and mystery, friendship and betrayal, monsters, music, and best of all, it's not on Netflix! Our story begins, as every good story does, out on the open sea. Finally, I'll get a break from these brain schools.
This deck better shine before I reach the docks, cabin boy. I want to see my reflection in it.
sure you don't want some more eggs, Wilbur? You need your energy out on the sea today.
Are you trying to fatten me up so I can't even make it to my boat?
I'm just trying to help you keep up your strength. You're not as young as you used to be.
I know I may not be young, but I must have the face of a god to have a wife as beautiful as you. Heaven knows my body is the reason you love me. I love fishing, but my back won't let me do it for much longer, I fear.
Stop me and I'll finally have the chance all to myself. To have you all to myself, man. I shared you at the sea for nearly 40 years. I'm not complaining. You've been a great husband. I just get lonely and throw on the hillside when you're gone.
The sea is in my blood, but I'll give it all up to spend the rest of my days with you. You may not be my first love. The sea was my first love, but you are my greatest love. It's just...
I know it's hard. You've fished nearly every day since you were 20. But the thought of leaving it behind is like leaving yourself behind. I get it. I'm not asking you to give up sailing. I just want to see you more. We both want to travel together, right?
You're right. I haven't told the crew yet. I'm sure that Ponch will jump at the chance to captain my boat. He's probably why my back hurts so much. But he's a good sailor. They're a good crew. It's just...
Something else is bothering you.
It's just... Fishing has lost its adventure. We go out, we drop our nets with cousins fish. It's all great, but I miss the thrill and danger of when I was a young fisherman, you know?
I hate the thoughts of losing you, Wilbur.
I know. It's just... I heard a tale of a magical island that's supposed to grant a man's heart's desires. And I'm thinking more about it lately.
What is your heart's desire, dear?
Adventure. One more real voyage. With the crew I love, and on the ship that I named, for the diamond look in your eyes in the moonlight.
That's really why your ship is called the Diamond, Wilbur.
Of course it is, my love. It may have also been the diamond flush that won her for me in poker game years back, but that's beside the point. If I were to have one more adventure, I'd be happy to give it all up to spend the rest of my remaining days with the love of my life.
That's a promise, Wilbur.
It is a promise. Now, I must get down to the docks. The guys will be waiting to go out. We have to beat those pesky fish corp workers down to the docks, or they'll get all the attention. I love you until then. I will see you tonight.
Will you be joining the boys at the pub after work? Will you be joining me for dinner?
A few more days, my love, and you'll have me to every dinner. Good morning, gents. The skies are clear and the fish are bound to be hungry.
Excuse me, Captain.
Sorry, Stormy. Good morning, gents and ladies.
It's about time, Captain, sir. If we don't get going, Fish Corp's gonna get all of it.
Fish Corp don't know the first thing about fishing. We're the best crew in the harbor.
You better believe it. I don't think he was talking about you, Charlie. You barely know how to walk with that sort of bottle in your hand.
Be nice, Uncle Charlie. How much time are you fishing?
That's right. I only drink the rest of the time.
Scully, how are the repairs coming on my harpoon?
It's just about finished, Captain. I should have it ready for you tomorrow. Hoping to go after some big fish.
You never know when the harpoon might come in handy. A whale of a fish could feed our families for months.
Oh, yeah. Stormy. Where'd you
get down from there. We need all hands to get the main sail ready. Just because slowly your uncle doesn't mean you don't have to work.
But who's gonna be nothing?
The diamond is a ship we left, for the Davis Strait we're bound. The key it is done next with Bonnie Lass's mouth.
Captain Gilbert gave the orders to sail the ocean wide,
And this cheer up me lads, let your hearts never fail. For the Bonnie ship that died is gone fishing for the whale. And this cheer up me lads, let your hearts never fail. For the Bonnie ship that died is gone fishing for the whale. Along the quay at Peterhead, the lasses stand around, with the shores all wrapped around them and some is running down. Now don't you weep, my bonny lass, though you'll be left behind. For rose will grow on Greenland shore before we'll change our mind. And this cheer up me lads, let your hearts never fail. For the bonny ship that island's gone a-fishing for the whale. And this cheer up me lads, let your hearts never fail. For the bonny ship that island's gone a-fishing for the whale.
Give a help to the resolution, like Harvey, like a swan. Give a help to the battle of Boston Rose, and the diamonds of our day.
We wear the trousers of the white, the jackets of the blue. And when we get to Peterhead, we'll have sweethearts anew. And this cheer up me lads, let your hearts never fail. For the bonny ship that island's gone a-fishing for the whale. And this cheer up me lads, let your hearts never fail. For the bonny ship that island's gone a-fishing for the whale. Feeling bright all day and night, when the whaling boys come home, with a ship that's full of army boys, money to our name. We have the cradle for to rock, the blanket for to tear. When we report to Peterhead, it's hush up like my dear. And this cheer up me lads, let your hearts never fail. For the bonny ship that island's gone a-fishing for the whale. And this cheer up me lads, let your hearts never fail. For the bonny ship that island's gone a-fishing for the whale.
In a neat little town they call Belfast, apprentice to a trade I was bound, and many an hour sweet happiness have I spent in that neat little town. But a should I meet but this pretty fair maid, chasing along the highway? She was both fair and handsome. Her neck was just like a swan, and her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up with the black velvet bag. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds. I thought her the queen of the land, and her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up with the black velvet bag. I drove the show with this pretty fair maid, and the gentleman passing us by, and I knew that she meant the undoing of him, and a look in the roguish black eye. A gold watch she took from his pocket, and slipped it right into my hand. And the very first thing that I said was, a zest in the black velvet bag. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds. I thought her the queen of the land, and her hair is hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet bag. Before the judge and the jury, next morning I had to appear, and the judge, he said to me, young man, your face is proof and clear. 7 long years been of servitude, you spent far away from the land, far away from your friends and companions, each day by the black velvet bag. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds. I thought her the queen of the land, and her hair is hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet bag. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds. I thought her the queen of the land, and her hair is hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet bag.
You don't strike me as the kind who spent time in prison.
It is a true story, but it is not my story. I had a friend who fell from the roofs of the Black Velvet Canyon. She took his heart and his freedom. He's still an old botany vein, poor look.
And I hear she's still around, flaunting her beauty and robbing men blind. It's a good story anyway.
I hate it! Reminds me of my blood-sucking wife.
You really have to bring that up now, Charlie. You know how sad you get when you talk about her.
This was the love of my life, Wilbur.
I know, Charlie.
She just left me.
That's okay, Charlie. That was 20 years ago.
She said I was the reason our son was lost. I was just doing my job, Wilbur. You know how hard a worker I am, right?
Of course, Charlie. You're one of the best on my crew. When you're sober.
Oh, here's a belly. Give me a whiskey.
Oh, yes, of course. Here you are. I hope the fishing was good today, gentlemen.
Ah, the fishing was great today. Fish Corp is obviously the best fleet in this harbor. Why, I'd be surprised if any fish made it past our ships. Ah, Wilbur, I didn't see you there. I trust the fishing was good today. Enough to beat that lovely wife of yours.
Now, Jethro. You know I'm twice the fisherman you are. I have near 50 years of experience.
And yet you're still a little dingy.
Fish Corp aims to take all the business in this town, and I'm not going to stand for it.
It seems you're not going to stand for anything, Charlie. That's
You want to be civil, Jethro, then you're welcome here. On account that your father was an upstanding citizen of this village and a mighty fisherman, but if you're just here to sell us in the successes of Fish Corp, you can just as soon go.
hello, Skye. It seems that blacksmithing has put a little muscle on your scrawny frame. Why, I remember when we were little, And you're always so thin, just like your father. Why, I thought for sure it was a Ferguson family trait!
Gentlemen, please take your fighting outside. I'll not stand to have any more of my dishes or tables broken.
Sorry, you're right. Hey, that looks like my watch. How did you get it?
Are you accusing her of stealing your watch, fisherman?
It's really none of your business, sir. I just wanted to talk with the lady.
You can talk about it with me.
But I saw you take the watch, sir. But you weren't you. I mean, you were the girl. I saw the girl take your watch, sir. I saw her change herself into that man.
Please, sir, don't make a scene. I meant no harm. Please just take the watch back. I didn't even mean to take it.
She's a shapeshifter. Oh, I knew it. That is such a giveaway.
Please, sir, I gave the watch back.
Fisherman, you should definitely stay away from her. Shapeshifters can't be trusted.
Okay, look. No harm, no foul. And as a peace offering, drinks all around, my treat.
Why didn't you stand up to that guy from Fish Corp earlier? He insulted you and your ship.
When you're my age, son, you learn how to pick your battles. Well, Jethro there isn't worth the fight.
Besides, over here throwing his back a while ago. It's not one that aggravated that.
True enough, Charlie. And I'm looking to set out on an adventure soon. And getting laid up by a hothead like Jethro, well, it isn't going to top with the things to do to get prepared.
An adventure? That sounds exciting.
Excuse me, but can I buy you a drink for dessert?
Oh, sorry. My name's Patrick. I'm a cabin boy for that moron over there in his crew drunk. There you go.
Well, I'm Wilbur, and this here is Charlie. Can I buy you a drink, boy?
No, thank you, sir. It's just that.
I can tell that you don't care much for your capillary crew, do you, son?
Well, I don't want to say nothing against them, but they're not good men. They drink too much, work too little, and they treat May like garbage.
Well, you are a cabin boy, lad.
I know, but
You want to be more than a captain boy, right?
that's exactly it. I've nearly 22 years of experience, and I have more brains and skills than they're letting me put to use.
22. I was a full-blown fisherman. Near 7 years by the time I was your age. Do you have any fishing experience?
No, I sail on a merchant ship. But I have more strength for lifting crates and more knowledge of sailing than most. In fact, I've had to hoist the mainsail on my own many times before when my crew was too drunk from going ashore to do their work. Sometimes we were a day's voyage out to sea before they were aware enough to realize we weren't on the mainland.
Captain 2.
I don't want to say nothing against my captain, but he was among the drunken sailors.
What can you do with a drunken sailor? Well, boy, I don't mean to overstep my bounds, but I am actually looking for some new crew members to join my adventure tomorrow.
I'd be honored, Mr. Wilbur. But what about my crew? They throw me to the sharks if I abandon them.
Oh, they'd have to catch first. Let me have a look, boy. Gents, I see that you enjoyed the drinks I had sent for you.
Yes.
Do you folks have any lodging for the night?
Yeah. No.
We were planning to sleep aboard our ship, Virgo.
Oh, now that certainly won't do. A crew of your caliber requires more comfort than that, especially when you visit my port. Now, my friend Charlie over here has a beautiful barn with the most luxurious hay you've ever laid your head on. And then in the morning, my wife Matilda will cook you the most delicious breakfast. That way you can leave the harbor with your mind clear and your bellies full.
Of course, we've been waiting more to join you after a couple more drinks, right behind?
Ah! See, boy, the plan's in motion. Just wait and see.
So, where are you? Wait, where are we sailing to?
Well, you see, I've heard tale of a magical island that's supposed to grant man's heart's desire, and it is called the Isle of Skye.
sorry to eavesdrop, but did you say the Isle of Skye?
Yes, I did. Now, go pick up the eaves you dropped along with your drink. The boy and I are having a private conversation.
I meant you no disrespect. My name is Fred, and I live across the harbor from here.
I know who you are, Fred. I've lived here my entire life. And I've seen you from time to time when you choose to leave that island hideaway of yours.
I don't get up much, I know. I only needed food and supplies. I don't care much what people say.
I know the feeling. You're welcome to your drink, Fred.
I have a map.
Excuse me?
To the Isle of Skye. I know the legends too. My parents used to tell them to me. They had a map to the place too.
Why haven't you used it?
I'm not a sailor, and I'm not into adventure. At least on my own.
What are you proposing, Fred?
I heard you tell the boy you were gathering a crew for a great adventure, and I would like to accompany you, and I will supply my map in exchange for passage.
Sounds like you're a professional eavesdropper. What do you want out of the island?
I just want answers.
What's the question?
My parents.
Right. Sorry, they died a while ago.
They were murdered by shapeshifters. I was a boy at the time, and two of them just stormed into our house and dragged them out and killed them for no reason.
I'm so sorry.
Parts of me want answers, and parts of me want revenge. Some say there's a connection between the Isle of Skye and shapeshifters. I don't know. I guess I'm just tired of living on that island alone, reliving the death of my parents again and again. I need something more.
You're welcome, Fred. But I'll have no more eavesdropping on my ship or anywhere else, do you understand?
Yes, sir. Of course not, sir. Well, I best be out getting home. I'll see if I can find a sailor with a small boat in the harbor who can give me a ride tonight.
Nonsense. You'll stay with us at Charlie's barn. Then in the morning, we'll go get breakfast, and then we'll set out for your island tomorrow. Now, let's have another drink to seal our agreement. Yeah!
Well, I'm excited to be saying it's more than just a cabin, but gee, I think I'll go anywhere as long as I'm not scrubbing decks.
I see your potential, old man. You have a heart of a sailor. I know it.
Wilbur, what are you going to wish for when we get there?
Oh, you know me. It's all about the journey, not the destination.
Oh, come on, Wilbur. Surely there's something. Maybe give Matilda something nice. The last piece of jewelry I bought was that one ring.
You think about that. That was my grandmother's ring.
It's a shapeshifter.
Yeah.
Hello, boys. I didn't mean to startle you.
Not at all that. What might you be doing out here?
I overheard the plan you were making in the pub about the Isle of Skye. I was thinking I could ask to join you, for I heard tales of the island before. I believe that is where my plan comes from. Listen, I know you have no reason to trust me, not after what I did tonight. But you have to understand, I just want to find where I belong.
You look so comfortable back at the pub. What do you mean you don't belong?
I haven't met another like me in centuries, and I'm here on the last of my time. I need to know if there are others out there.
You, I think. You are more than welcome on my ship.
Wilbur! You crazy? She's a liar, a thief, and a shapeshifter. We have no reason to trust her.
Charlie, that's enough. Sit, please. Although, we've got to talk to the kid Fred first. You know how he feels about your kind. I'm not sure how comfortable he'd be with you on board.
I understand. I'll talk to him first thing in the morning.
Great then. Now we've got a long voyage ahead of us. I think we should all get some rest. Charlie, let's go.
Oh, hello.
Hey, if Wilbur wants on the crew, then I'll allow it. But I don't trust you, and I never will.
I'd like to welcome you all to my humble home and to meet my lovely wife, Miss Dobbin. It was prepared a delicious breakfast for you all. I would say digging, but it looks like you already have.
Wilbur, I'm not so sure about this anymore. If my crew finds out about this, they'll keel homie for sure.
Don't worry about it, lad. Me and Matilda have got it all under control. I don't know, but Matilda has a way of putting a trance on people. No, not like that. There's no magic involved, it's just really good. You see, lad, all of us will go and sneak out the door. Your crew's too busy getting fits to realize you're gone.
Sounds like my crew.
Go ahead. I'm afraid it is, my love. Now don't be upset. I'll be home in 2 weeks' time.
When you return, you're all mine. Don't you forget it.
On such a great day. It's just begun, you know.
Maybe for you. I've been up all night looking for my flock. Did you lose your shape? Oh, did I? I was taking a well-deserved nap yesterday after running up all my sheep into the pen. But I forgot to close the gate, and they all escaped for the night. And I haven't seen one all day.
Sounds like you were counting sheep when you should have been watching them.
Take it easy, Charlie. He's a kid.
No, he's right. It's probably my father would say. He would say, Suleiman, I should have never trusted those sheep. A 16-year-old boy doesn't know the first thing about herding. I'm going to make you wish that you never woke up from that nap.
Well, it sounds like you need a break from herding. Well, why don't you come on an adventure with us? I mean, we need a new cabin boy anyway.
All right.
Wilbur, he's a child. That's kidnapping.
And you sound like my mother. I'm tired of being treated like a child. I'm in.
Great, let's get going then.
But only if Misty can come.
Of course the dog can come. Now let's get move on.
Oh, here!
Yes, my captain.
I am sick of your clumsiness. You'll never be half the fisherman your father was. You don't belong on my ship, Jethro, and you certainly don't belong on my crew. You're fired.
Oh, a wonderful day for a voyage, isn't it? Nothing better than sea air and fresh fish in the morning.
I'd say otherwise.
A port like this has got to have a mercantile store somewhere. Is there one around where we can gather some supplies?
You're thinking exactly what I'm thinking, son. We're going to the best shop around. My pal James is on the store since his father died. We'll get some deals in here all right.
Wilbur, it's good seeing you down here in the port. What can I get you today?
Well, James, old boy, we're getting ready to go on a grand adventure.
Oh, yes. Of course, Wilbur. All your adventures are grand.
No. You see, this time we have a map to a magical island.
Oh, right. We need enough supplies to get there in 2 weeks.
We'll need rope, weapons, food, and water.
And rum. Lots of rum.
I'll gather all that up. You won't need many weapons, though. Scully, Stormy, and 2 others already stocked up on those.
2 others? I thought Scully and Stormy went alone.
Well, they came in with this young man, who Scully just adored. This young woman, in a thick leather coat. She didn't talk too much.
Well, thank you, James.
Close. You be careful, man. Don't want you throwing you back out again.
All right, well, as we've got all our supplies, I guess we better go find Scully then.
Good morning, sleeping beauties. You know, Pod isn't be happy about our late start.
Well, let's get going then. But first, you should introduce us to these 2 new friends of yours. You don't usually add 2 to a crew without talking to your captain first.
Of course, we just thought these 2 needed some sort of adventure, you know. This here is Peter Bucket. He's volunteered himself as our cabin boy.
What's with the purse?
Well, I get jars of sand from all the beaches I visited. I like to carry them with me.
So you've traveled before. That's good sign.
And Dick, this is Toby from the house.
Yes, I recognize you. But you didn't seem too interested in adventuring last night.
3 women on a ship, that's 3 times the bad luck.
I figured I could offer my services. I'm very familiar with the region you're wanting to travel to, and I'd be glad to help.
Great, welcome aboard. Now we have a long journey. Let's get moving.
Wait! Please, wait!
We have the same right to fish as you do, Mr. Fishbowl. You already have a head start on the day. Can't you just let us get in the water?
No, you don't understand. I'm not with Fish Corp anymore. I was fired. Please listen. I know I was mean to you all last night. It's just, I don't know who I am without that job. Without Fish Corp. And I was wondering if you would all let me join your crew.
Join our crew? After you offended and embarrassed our captain, you want to join our crew?
All right, take it easy, Charlie. Give him a break. Where you see a selfish, privileged, narcissistic fish cult worker, now I see a lost fisherman who's looking for a new crew. I say you're in.
and with an even bigger crew than we had before. Isn't that great?
All right, Blanche. I'd like you to meet Solomon, Selby, and Peter. They're new to the crew, as you can see.
And I imagine we have enough food to feed these. 3 stowaways? And Diamond, she has enough room for all of them, doesn't she?
All right, Blanche. Well, you see, all these people needed to get off this island, and they all have something great to offer. That's enough worrying, old boy. We gotta get going.
never been on a ship before.
Do I look like I've been on a ship before? My legs are shaking and my stomach is aching. I'm not used to this.
You'll be over it in a day or so. I remember when I was in your shoes once, I was drinking like a dog that day and I couldn't keep the liquor down. You'll be over it soon enough.
Get me off this ship.
Oh, don't worry, Solomon, you'll get your bearings soon enough.
Land ho!
Oh, prepare the longboats then. Drop the anchor, we're headed for shore.
You really living here all by yourself? Quite a big island for just one boy, don't you think?
I don't have too many people around. That's just more people you can lose.
Get the longboats. Come on, guys. Drop the anchor, Charlie.
Practitioner of magic doesn't get much business in the town room for the size of its pace. I see. Oh, no wonder Scully wanted you on the crew. You clearly think like an adventurer. Yes, he said I look like I need an adventure. And that I seem trustworthy and loyal. And I told him I am. I'm the most trustworthy person I know.
Oh, is that so? Then why don't you tell me how Scully's pocket watch ended up in your pocket?
I can explain, I swear.
No, please do. Because, I mean, all I could get was this gold tooth, and that's easy. He slips with his mouth wide open, and once he's out, he is out. But the pocket watch, on the other hand, he keeps that pretty close to the rest of his jewels, if you know what I mean.
Wait, how did you...
Oh, please. You don't think I know a thing when I see one? 2,300 years and you pick up on some things.
I guess I need to improve my technique.
I wouldn't worry too much about this because half of them are too groggy to remember what happened yesterday, and the other half are just a bunch of loose cannons.
I guess so.
But, Paige, I'm not like the other people in this crew. As a thief, I know you can't trust everyone you meet. And as a shapeshifter, I know people take on many different forms.
Isabel, I don't think you know what you're talking about.
Oh, I know exactly what I'm talking about. There's only one thief in the British Isles who has a black band like that. Philip, is it not? And Skye happened to disappear recently. No one has seen her for weeks.
All right, you got me.
Don't try lying your way out of this one, Pocket Room. You can't hide a secret like that from me.
You figured me out.
So just say it. You're none other than the legendary thief,
Cora Nightingale.
Wait, really?
Yes, that's what I've been trying to tell you.
Oh, well, I wasn't positive on that at all. I was just confidently guessing. But it's you. It's really you. I'm a big fan.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm just confused at what you want from me.
You're confused? I'm still trying to figure out why you look like this.
It's a long story.
We got time.
Well, I got tired of the whole thieving thing. It was something I thought I had to do to get by. That was how I was able to buy my shop. By pawning and selling and trading the things I stole. So eventually I had enough money to buy the building. But it didn't stop there. It became a part of me. And well, I was pretty good at it. But a few weeks ago, I decided it was enough. I couldn't depend on it any longer. So I threw away my identity as Cora Nightingale and became Peter Pockets first. At least until I could get a new life. I know it sounds stupid. I just want to be a better person. I want people to know me by my magic, not by my thieving.
That's not stupid. No, not at all. You deserve to live the life you want to live. And I can try to get you there. I won't tell anyone about who you really are. I think you promise.
All right. I guess we better head back then.
I guess so. Oh, and Pedro, Charlotte, you smell too much like a woman.
I will take that into consideration. Isabel, you only leave 2 footprints, right?
Well, I only have 2 fake right now, so that should be right.
Then who do these belong to?
That can't be right. Fred said he lived alone on the island.
Oh, we need to head back. The others could be in danger.
And Fred thinks I can't be trusted. I can't believe this.
Feel free to look around me. I think it might be in the study, so I'll start there.
Empty space here for a family. What a shame to live here by yourself.
Charlie, he's sensitive.
No, you're right, Charlie. I'll be in the study.
Well, you hurt his feelings.
His feelings are always hurt.
Come
That's enough, boys. We have to find a map and get out of here. We can't afford to waste time.
exhausting. We're never gonna find that map.
Well, what about in here?
Now that must be the boy's parents' room. No wonder he never goes in there. Everything in there must seem to remind him of his parents.
What are you doing?
Fred, I know that you may not want to, but there's a good chance that it could be hidden among all this clutter.
I just have been saying this stuff for so long. Like these. These are my father's. They never fed him right, so they always fell off his face when he wore them. And this. My mother wouldn't go anywhere without putting this on first.
Would searching in here be okay?
I think he'll be alright.
Oh, Charlie.
Sorry! Wait, that small vial right there. My mom used to wear this every day. She said it contains something very special. Something very valuable. Something magical. This is it! I can't believe my mom wasn't wearing this when she... Let's go, boys. Let's show the crew.
Are you sure 5 aces beats a full house?
Face it, Jethro. You lost this hand.
Is 5 aces even possible?
All right, let's stop gambling. We need to get going.
Oh, you're back. Did you find the map?
Yes, we did.
Okay. What's that? A little bottle of liquor?
No,
And then what's the bottle for?
the bottle contains the map.
Okay, let's get going then.
Wait, hold on, Punch. Where is the golden Peter? Did you lose them?
There they are.
Footprints
On the beach.
But
There were 2 pairs of footprints on the beach.
But you said you looked at one.
I do.
Then why are there 2 pairs of footprints on the beach?
Listen. You 2 were just on the beach, right?
they're your footprints!
Charlie, there were 2 other pairs of footprints laid out across the beach.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I lived up here by myself and never seen a set of footprints on the beach. Do you think we're in danger?
All the more reason we should get going and set sail.
Hold it, Punch. I think these footprints might need to be investigated.
Wilbur, I'm sure we could outrun whoever it is, if anyone's even there. Let's just get back to the ship.
Hold it. You know what, Punch? Isabel, Peter, show us what you saw. And Fred, you know the island best, so you'll come with.
Captain, I think the packing time should come along. For your protection.
Of course.
You never know what you might find. No, I don't think that's quite a good idea.
Good. After you stand by the longboat in case we get into trouble. Let's go.
You're the one in trouble.
The footprints over
Where?
You seem to lead down towards that sea. You want to check it out, Captain? I've just finished this new sword and I can't wait to use it.
Oh, easy there, Scully. It's probably nothing.
Whoa, what is this place?
It looked like a normal state cave from the outside.
And what is this stuff? Is it some kind of algae?
It has all the properties of algae, but it's blown.
It is beautiful and peculiar. I've never seen anything like it in my lifetime.
It feels like something out of a fairy tale my mother used to tell me.
Your mother always loved those stories, especially the ones about fairies and selkies.
Selkies.
Field folk. They're fools who transform into humans on land by shedding their skin. They carry their skins around with them so they can return to the sea in field form.
Sounds made up.
You must have not talked to many Irish or Scottish people then. They're everywhere in their folk tales.
The footprints lead that way. Hey, Fred, how did you not know about this place?
Yeah, you've lived here your whole life and never once thought to explore it.
I didn't know, but it almost feels familiar. Wait, do you hear that?
Yeah, what?
That music. I've heard it somewhere.
What is it, Fred?
It's a lullaby my mother used to sing to me when I was a baby. I don't know.
But where is it coming from and who's singing it?
Well, I don't know, but let's follow it. Fred, I don't mean to pry, but do you think this has something to do with your parents?
No, sir. What happened to my parents happened a long time ago. They're gone, and they're not coming back.
Selby, boss, are you coming?
Something doesn't seem right. I have a bad feeling about this.
What do you mean?
I don't know, sir.
Well, rest assured, we can handle any danger that lurks in this cave, especially with this crew. And besides, there's not much we can do to stop them from drowning in curiosity.
Plus that glowing algae is everywhere. We hardly need these lanterns.
What's up here?
fresh water. There must be a spring or something.
Oh, thank Poseidon, I am parched. That's enough too.
Couldn't hurt to try.
My back hasn't felt the sun since I was young.
This water, it tastes so delicious and pure, I can't seem to get enough of it.
It's like the fountain of youth.
One sip and I'll feel like dancing.
What is this stuff? This is delicious.
Might as well get some for the road.
The merry month of June, from me home I started, left the girls of two, nearly broken hearts, saluted Father dear. Kiss me, darling, love, and drink a pint of beer. We drink and tears is more enough to reap the corn. Me, for I was born, cut us up like corn to ashes, roasting goblins, brand new pair of bros, friendly all the bugs, frightening all the dogs, on the rocky road to Dublin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hunt the hare and turn down the rocky road, all the way to Dublin, whack from Dublin Rock.
Please, your torches are so bright. Will you please extinguish the flames?
Captain?
Go ahead and extinguish the flame. This growing out provides plenty of light. They're just seals. They're not going to hurt anybody.
Sir, I don't
Or
think...
moths.
Selby, what was you were going to... Hey. Stop!
What's going on?
Everyone, search for an exit!
There's no way out.
We're gonna die here. Wait, where's Selby?
Is everyone okay?
What just happened?
One of us had some sort of enchantment on it. The one we tried to blur out our reality. The reality that we were all slowly trying.
And that just leaves us with one question left. Selby, you're not entirely human, are you?
No, I am not.
Why didn't you tell us you were a Selkie?
Yeah, what makes you think you can keep something like that away from the crew?
I'm sorry, it's just some people don't take this stuff very well, and I never intended to have to use my power, especially when I usually have to hide it from people. But I couldn't let you all drown. It wouldn't be right. But now I've had to show myself, and I understand you all aren't comfortable with me being on the crew anymore. If you want to leave me behind, I won't blame you.
Captain, sir, please, just give her a chance. She's different, I know, but give me a chance.
I mean, she just saved our lives, and that is more than I could ever say of them. If you could grant the chance to me, a common thief, then surely you could grant one to her, who I can tell has no malicious intent. Place her.
Class, I was never going to kick her off the crew. I walked over here to thank you on behalf of myself and the entire crew. You saved our lives, and we are forever in debt to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Now, everybody's okay? I say we should get moving.
Isabella, that was quite noble of you. to stand up our role at that.
Is that Mike really sitting in the distance? Oh, I forget what you guys look like since you were gone for so long. Gee, Solomon and Misty here even had time to go to their first beer since you were gone for so long.
Take it easy on us, Punch. You have no idea what kind of danger we were in.
I don't care what kind of danger you were in. You're here, aren't you? We lost more than half the day of sunlight because you were out chasing footprints. I expected more out of a captain.
Well, you heard the man. We lost half the day of sailing. Let's get moving.
Wilbur, sure he doesn't mean what he said. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. He did not see the danger that we were just in.
No. He's right. I should have been a better captain. I shouldn't have drank from those cycles. I shouldn't have followed those movements. I should have known.
Wilbur, there is no way you could have known. Fred said he left here by himself and we were expecting people, not seals.
Well, it doesn't matter now, does it? Now we have to get to the ship to set sail. That's enough, Patrick.
Well, secure the longboats and raise the sails. Oh, goody. Mighty lamps, will ya? It's beginning dark on us soon. We ought to come prepared.
Yes, sir. Patrick, then the loud boy you first. Well, yeah.
Lamp oil? I thought you were in charge of getting lamp oil.
I was? No. We better have your list.
Scully, you and Stormy were in charge of getting weapons and lamp oil. And you're telling me you forgot the lamp oil?
Punch! It seems as though someone's forgotten the lamp oil.
No lamp oil? Are you kidding me? How do you expect me to get through the night? Okay, it's not like there's a beam overnight that I can just hold in my hand and turn it on and off with a switch. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna clear my head.
Well, that trip sure did dampen our spirits, didn't it? How about a song to get us back up on our feet?
All you young fellows who follow the sea, way, hey, blow the lamp down, and pay attention and listen to me. Give me some time to blow the lamp down. I'm a deep water sailor just in from Hong Kong. Way, hey, blow the lamp down. If you buy me a drink, then I'll sing you a song. Give me some time to blow the lamp down. Blow the lamp down, please blow the lamp down. Hey, hey, blow
to blow the man down.
See those poor devils, how they would all scoot.
Hey, hey, blow the man down.
Assisted along by the toe of the boot.
Give me some time to blow the man down. Blow the man down, police, blow the man down. Hey, hey, blow the man down. Blow him like that into Liverpool town. Give me some time to blow the man down.
It's starboard and forward, on the deck they will sprawl.
Hey, hey, blow the man down.
Captain Jack, the guns come on from that ball.
Give me some time to blow the man down.
Way out now, it uppers, way out now, I say.
Hey, hey, blow the man down.
Oh, God, after God, it's on my ship today.
Give me some time to blow the man down. Blow the man down, police, blow the man down. Hey, hey, blow the man down. Blow him right back into Liverpool town. Give me some time to blow the man down.
I'll give you fair warning before we belay.
Hey, hey, blow the man down.
Don't you ever take heed of what shanty men say.
Here, here!
Give me some time to blow the man down. Blow the man down, police, blow the man down. Hey, hey, blow the man down. Blow him right back into Liverpool town. Give me some time to blow the man down.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
Hey, hey, blow the man down.
Absorbent and yellow and porous is he.
Give me some time to blow the man down.
Oh, what's that you're singing live?
Oh, it's just something I thought of. Maybe you'll catch on someday. Hey, Charlie, what's that there in the distance?
Well, that something seems to be a merchant ship. They buy and trade from the passing ships.
Merchant ship! Halt! Scully, merchant ship ahoy!
It's just your luck, boys. Because you were this close to sleeping with the fishes.
Patrick, Scully, you two need to fix your mistakes when you come along. And, Fred, Charlie, please grab a barrel of fish, will ya? We have plenty of that. And, Isabel, you'll come over too. Come on.
Welcome to the Briny Dogs, my friends. I am Captain Isolde Brockenmeyer.
Well, I am Captain Wilbur, and we were looking to trade some fish for some bomb oil.
Of course, right this way. Retta will lead you to our storage cabinet.
Thank you very much, my fellow captain.
Wait, Wilbur, sit back! Charlie, Isabel, look out!
So itchy! There, now that you're all nice and comfortable, we can talk business.
We prefer to keep our limbs. You know, Tessa, it looks like you're in need of a new crew. We've made up the pirates, but...
Well, Laura, it is so sweet of you to invite me on board, but this crew, they... You know, I'd actually be happy to join your crew.
Going now.
I'll get my revenge on you and your crew! Just you wait!
Yeah! Oh, you don't have to worry too much about that, Captain. With all the women they have on their crew, they're sure to have lots of bad luck.
You do know that your own captain is a woman, right?
Oh no!
You are both idiots.
Oi, Charlie! Who's that?
This is Tessa. She was my wife.
She was your wife.
Yeah, Jethro, we stood up a while ago.
Sorry, let me get this straight. So you were married, then you divorced, you turned to drinking, and she turned to piracy!
You'll have to forgive Jethro. He's not that good with people. And Patrick, Tessa, yes. It's nice to meet you. I'm related to another woman on the ship.
Oh, like the blooming daisies on our coffin.
That's Punch. He doesn't like women on the ship. He's an old-fashioned sailor, you see.
Yeah, I know the type.
So, what led you to leave the pirate crew and join us?
Well, I joined because Wilbur asked me, and I needed a break from those moronic pirates anyway.
Well, you didn't beg her. You didn't have to come if you didn't want to.
No, I wanted to.
You wanted to.
But don't let that get to your head, Charlie.
Gentlemen and ladies, it is customary for a long voyage to celebrate the first night with a toast. And I have saved this very special bottle of whiskey for such an occasion. Punch, could you please bring up the motion of missile, please?
Aye, sir.
Not so fast, Jethro.
You know I don't need a mug, Wilbur.
I know how you fish club workers are, thinking you can drink however and whenever you want, but this is a special occasion.
I'm sorry.
That's a nice bottle of liquor you got there.
It is very nice. Why do you think I have to keep away from Jethro?
Oh, there it goes. Hey, Captain. We've found some orange juice in the meth hall for the kiddies on our crew.
That's very considerate of you, Punch. Thank you. Oh, Charlie, can't forget you.
I'll just take some juice, sir.
What? Charlie? Not drinking? Oh, we must have left the real Charlie back on the pirate ship.
I just don't want to drink, Jethro.
Is it because of Tessa?
Shut your mouth, Jethro. Don't want to talk about it.
Oh, Charlie, you look me. You still love her, don't you?
I just don't want to make a fool of myself again. When she left, I tried to replace her. But now that she's back,
Why don't you just tell her how you feel? Tessa might even feel the same way, Charlie.
Feel the same way about what?
Nothing. Captain, may I make the toast?
Of course.
Listen up! There's the strong winds, calm sails, and the fortunes we find along the way.
She goes up in the air, comes down.
The stars sure are beautiful tonight.
Oh, they sure are. You can't beat this.
I know that. I might be seeing things, but are the stars falling down? Make a wish? No. I mean, they're really getting closer.
You may be drunk, but you're not crazy. They certainly are coming closer.
That's because those aren't stars. Oh, they have to be fairies.
What?
I spotted them at the North Sea maybe 20 years ago. They got down from the stars.
Punch, I think you're right. My parents told me about the fairies that watch over the sea. Stop me, you're going to make me throw my whiskey!
Man overboard! Somebody get him the life preserver! He doesn't know how to swim!
He doesn't know how to swim! What kind of fisherman doesn't know how to swim?
Just get him the death life preserver! Come on, guys, hustle! Like this!
Wait, I have an idea. Misty, what?
Keep him!
Stormy, get me on that. I have an idea. Sit here, false breath, cattle toe, moon dust.
Punch, you okay?
Am I dead?
Whoa, Punch.
What just happened? I was there, then, and
Okay, someone must have pulled you out of the ocean, Punch.
It was Peter. He made the fairies disappear and got the bear here on the deck. Well, Misty and Solomon did most of the work. They're the ones who gathered the fairies up.
But you held some sort of bottle of moon dust. I mean, it caught the light of the moon. Are you magic?
I do possess some magical items. Oh, I promise I only use them for good.
Well, Punch is safely on the deck. I think that's acceptable.
Acceptable? Wilbur! None of this is acceptable. You can't keep control of anything on this ship. You had a Silky, a shapeshifter, and a sorcerer on board. You didn't even know it. I wouldn't be surprised if one of these men turned out to be women. Wilbur, you are not acceptable.
Captain, I'm sorry if I caused any harm.
No, it's okay, Peter. We've all had a little too much to drink tonight. We should all sit go and be better in the morning. Sullivan, Stormy, good job tonight. Thank you for taking care of your crew.
So, you know magic, huh?
Well, I collect herbs and charms to ward off evil. So I guess you could say I dabble in a little magic.
I have a hard time trusting people.
I know what you mean. So often people aren't at all what they seem. Well, good night.
I have a map.
I know. They help you get it.
There's some mysterious symbols on it I can't read, and I was wondering if your experiences.
Are you sure you want to share all this information with me? You barely know me.
Will you help me?
All right, pull it up. Let's see here. Well, these symbols are Anglo-Saxon. Here, hand it over to us. Let's see here. I'll go when I'll just go.
Oh, I knew there was more to this map. Look here.
It shows the Isle of Skye is surrounded by a bank of fog.
It must be hidden. I'll explain why it doesn't appear in most standard maps.
And look at this. It says that the isle doesn't exist on the sea. Or what do you suppose that means?
That must be a riddle. I'll bring it to the captain in the morning, see if he has any ideas.
And look at this.
Boom. Those sort of images are often drawn on maps. You don't think there's a monster ahead, do you?
No, I wouldn't worry about it.
But it's glowing.
But that's just the runes cast in their light. I wouldn't worry.
You're probably right. Well, let's get some sleep. Thank you. It's nice to have someone else I can trust on the ship. Good night.
Good night. Someone to trust. In a neat little town they call Belfast, a gullible man's and to run, no, I cursed him and sent him away from that land. But a sad misfortune came over me, that innocent men should be free. And to change my fate from a running thief, I transformed into a new man. They say she shone like a diamond. They thought her the queen of the land. And her hair hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. I used to reach for a diamond. I thought I was queen of the land, and I never looked over my shoulder. I fell for the black velvet band.
We will now have a 15-minute intermission, and we would like to invite you once again to stay for talkbacks after the show.
I just wanted you a fisherman in here. Because we both smell fish up in here. Did someone get bring fish in here? Oh!
I swear,
You're gonna make the people leave. I appreciate Over in this group and sailed for quite some time now.
up we go, if we're feeling toe-to-toe, arm in arm and row, that's the Marty's way.
Things are rolling down, like the penny stone, there's something about my love, it's a testimony.
Step gaily up we go, if we're feeling toe-to-toe, arm in arm and row, on for Charlie's way. Step gaily up we go, if we're feeling toe-to-toe, arm in arm and row, that's the Marty's way.
Plenty happy, plenty meal, plenty to fill her grill, plenty bonny birds as well, and those for Tess and Charlie.
Step gaily up we go, if we're feeling toe-to-toe, arm in arm and row, on for Charlie's way. Step gaily up we go, if we're feeling toe-to-toe, arm in arm and row, that's the Marty's way. Step gaily up we go, if we're feeling toe-to-toe, arm in arm and row, on for Charlie's way. Step gaily up we go, if we're feeling toe-to-toe, arm in arm and row, that's the Marty's way.
No! You lost our son! When will you learn that I will never forgive you?
Anything yet, Jethro?
Just ocean, more ocean,
Oh, wait!
just more ocean.
Oh, dang it, Jethro! Why do you have to get our hopes up like that?
Be nice, Mr. Shelly. We all want to catch a little fish yet. No offense to you, the diamond bugger.
I'm taking less.
No need to get fat and lazy. We need to keep this ship. We need to keep this ship shape. Yeah. We need to keep this ship shape, even if we are full.
Heavens, Punch, don't you ever think of anything but work?
I do, not that you haven't noticed.
What's that you're humming, Stormy?
What? I don't know. It's sort of in my head.
No, that is familiar. Isn't that the song from Fred's Cave?
It wasn't my cave. I didn't even know it was there.
That's the song of the Selkies. Or at least it used to be. Before our encounter in Fred's Cave, I hadn't heard in years.
I guess the cave's got my name now, huh?
Well, Selkies and humans used to live peacefully together. I mean, sometimes there was mischief between them, but never any real harm. My mother used to tell stories of Selkies how they were protectors of the shoreline. It was always good luck to spot seals on the shore. Selkies ate fish, though, and fish seem to be harder to come by in harbor cities.
Fish Corp is overfished in these waters. We're all feeling the pinch.
That's partially why you don't see many Selkies around lately.
Wait, aren't you a Selkie? Shouldn't you be able to know where people are?
I set up on my own many years ago to try to find a solution to the problem, but I tried meeting with the president of Fish Corp, but he wouldn't even see me. So I thought if I could get some local fishermen in on the problem, then maybe I could get some help.
Is that why you joined my crew?
Partially. I saw how you handled things back in the pub. I saw that you were a great man and could do great things for the world.
Here, here.
I just hope my time on this crew hasn't been a complete waste.
Not at all, lass. You saved all of our lives. I'll be happy to help you any way that I can.
Stand home.
Captain, please tell me we're going ashore.
We're going ashore! we are low on food and, well, other supplies, and we could all use a break off for this ship. Patrick and Skye, get the longboats ready, will you? except for these rocks. They are rather slippery.
And try not to step in the tide because we don't want to harm any marine life.
So you take the front, I'll take the back.
All right. Go ahead.
Don't worry, you're not showing your age. It's okay. It's okay. There you go.
Careful up there, you're tossing down rocks.
Sit down, sit down, sit down.
Watch out.
No need to. Go on this way.
Good luck. We're all hands.
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm all right. Thank you.
Oh, yes, of course you're spending.
No, really. Thank you.
Of course. Just be careful. We don't want anyone losing their lives up here. Thank you, boys.
Hey.
All right.
Watch out!
All right. We all know why we're here. We need fresh water and fresh produce. So let's get moving, shall we?
Wait, Hoover, these look like boar tracks.
I don't know, son. We don't want to be dealing with any live animals here.
Come on, Hoover, I can't be the only one that's turned to fish.
He does have a point.
Well, all right. For those of you who have weapons and know how to hunt a wild boar, we'll follow those tracks. And keep in mind, we don't want the large group startling the prey. And the rest of us will head the other direction to search for additional supplies.
Hey.
Well, how now? Come on, I'm sure close.
Fred,
Okay.
why don't you come with us? You've lived on an island your whole life. I've got a feeling you know how to track a pig.
As long as I'm not the one to kill it.
Well, Misty, I never knew you were such a good point guard. And that nose of yours, you're such a good girl.
Oh, you're just not the only one who can smell it. It's everywhere.
These boar tracks appear to be fresh. The pack must be close.
Right then, let's keep heading west. I'm not as old as you, Wilbur.
Well, no fruit on this tree. None on this either.
You know, in all honesty, I don't think I've had a piece of fruit in more than 20 years.
Jethro, that is not a good diet.
This isn't nearly enough produce to get us through the night. We need to head east.
East.
East! Away from the shoreline.
Why don't we take a break and listen to the music?
She's right, Bunch. The hunters will take a while anyway. We could just listen to the music of the island.
Oh, I've already taken up orders on the ship. I'm not taking any from a little girl.
You watch your tone with our captain. Besides, she's right. We've been nothing but uptight this whole trip. You need a break, Bunch.
Fine, but only for a second. Let's get going, shall we?
Oh, come on, Jethro.
All right, well, if I were a boar. Now, where would I be?
Isabel, you're a whore.
Oh, how rude! Sorry, not everyone can be as interesting as you are silly.
No, not. Oh, Isabel, you're a swine.
And now, you're saying I smell. What is up with you guys today?
You smell.
Isabel, you're literally a pig.
Oh, well, it appears I am.
Hang on a second. Maybe we can use this. Isabel, try me.
Oh, Skye, need some practice.
Alright, Fred, you and I can use these vines to build a trap, and then Isabel can lure it in.
Yes, we can do that.
Alrighty, let's get started.
Alright, here's a nice shady spot. Oh, go ahead and start to relax and punch.
Lovely. Okay.
Oh yes, of course I am. Tell me about it. The shade is so nice.
You know what? I couldn't find out where that music's coming from.
We just sat down.
It's lovely, isn't it? It seems like it wants us to find.
Oh, Stormy! Oh, hey, took a break to listen. We can't spend any more time aimlessly wandering around.
Touch, this isn't the progress we have for all our traces. Perhaps it's guiding us to something new.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Let's get
So, Tessa, I didn't know you were into fires yet. Can't say I saw that one coming.
I didn't necessarily see it happening either. I guess it just seemed like an option to get away. Charlie, I couldn't stay on that harbor. Knowing something there took my son away.
You know, that's why I picked up drinking. I couldn't stand the loss, so I thought it was better to just stay in my mind.
I guess I never thought about the way it all affected you, Charlie. Gee, you were so busy on the boat tonight. I wasn't even sure you noticed when he was gone. And those nights in the house after he left, they were so quiet. I actually missed him waking us up in the middle of the night just so we could read him a story.
You know, Tessa, I know you'll never forgive me, but you have to understand. He was my son too, and it hurt me just as much as it hurt you.
You know, my father was fisherman of the month for years at Fish Court. And when he died, he left a big pair of boots to fill. They kept giving me these tasks that were way too difficult for me to do on my own. I don't know how my father managed it.
Boy, do I know the feeling? Sometimes the big blower just looks at me like a stupid cabin boy. I mean, I get that I'm the first mate, but shouldn't I be getting just as much respect as the captain? Especially if that captain is always out wandering around and never understanding the consequences of his actions.
I never knew you felt that way about Wilbur.
Oh, I wish I didn't. It's just getting harder to ignore it. He doesn't realize this thing is all new to everyone. I don't know how to deal with seal people or read magic maps. We haven't left ports in years, and I've lost my sea legs, you know?
Well, son, you sure have impressed me so far. I knew you had it in you.
Thank you, Captain. Means a lot to hear that from you. Plus, I've been glad that I've been able to put my navigation skills to use.
Ah, yes, and we needed a navigator like you. And where did you learn how to do all that stuff anyway? I thought they taught you on your old ship.
No. It was actually the navigator on my father's old ship. See, my father was a fisherman, but whenever I went on the boat, I was always more interested by all the maps and the atlases. Of course, my mother was ecstatic about that.
Oh, really? And what was that?
Well, my mother was a governess. And I sat in on her classes when I could. And she told me she wanted me to be more than just a fisherman. She wanted me to go out and see the world, go on all the great adventures life has to offer. Guess it's a good thing I ended up with you guys, huh?
Well, we're sure glad that you did. And you're a smart young man, and you deserve Captain McGregor to recognize that.
It's done.
Well, there's a boy trapped if I've ever seen one. Come on, Isabel, tell me what walks right into this.
If a pretty bore such as myself was there waiting, well, of course I would.
You hear that?
It's her. In the bushes, behind the trees. It's her! We got a brother! Come here, Piggy!
Oh, what's going on here?
Wow, I think you found that music.
Ah, what are some lovely ladies like yourself doing on this island all alone?
It may be such beautiful music. Seems like a day for you.
Wait, are those pigs?
More selfies.
Wait, Stormy, Jethro, stay back! It's a trick to know who they seem to be!
Stormy, Jethro, let's go!
Go! Go, go, go!
Wait, this wind is picking up! What is this?
Matilda? Matilda, please don't go, please! Don't leave me!
Tessa! No! No, don't leave me again. I need you to make me better! Don't make me watch this. Not again. Mom! Mom! Watch out!
Who are you people? This isn't me. None of you are me. Where am I?
I'm sorry I lost them, Dad. I'm sorry. Elcila and Ringo and
Seals they were only seals. They were monsters.
We need to get out of these tide pools!
Please tell me I wasn't the only one that was saying things in there.
Matilda left me.
And you left me again and took our son with you.
My son being taken away.
My parents, I never thought I'd ever relive that moment.
I saw every form I've ever taken, and I couldn't even tell which one was really me.
I saw Stormy. Where's Stormy? Where's Stormy? Where's my Stormy?
Stormy, where are you?
Stormy!
Stormy, dear.
I'm sorry.
No. Where is she? Stormy, wake up. Please.
I'm so sorry. I never meant this to happen.
The selfies were pushed out of their homes by fish corps who were forced to come here. They've asked to strike any humans who were foolish enough to come here. We have to go. They won't be peaceful for long. The grudges they hold vengeance.
I'm so sorry, Skye. But we have to go. Gather the supplies and head to the shore. We can't have this happen to anyone else. Oh, Stormy's gone, that good old girl.
Way storm along, John.
Oh, Stormy's gone, that good old girl.
Way, little miss, storm along, John.
Well, I guess I was like Stormy's dad.
Way storm along, John.
I remember her and that smile she had.
Way, little miss, storm along, John.
Young Stormy died way up Cape Horn.
Way, storm along, John.
Close by the place where she was born.
Way, little miss, storm along, John.
We'll dig her grave with silver spade.
Way, storm along, John.
And lower her down with a golden chain.
Way, little miss, storm along, John.
Isn't it customary to bury a sailor at sea?
I promised Stormy's mother I'd bring her back home. But I never imagined it'd be like this.
I never meant for the girl. For Stormy.
You're not going to speak her name, you worthless dog.
You're reckless, Jethro. You're only thinking of yourself.
Would you rather see me underneath that cloth than her? I'd take her place if I could.
Don't say that, Jethro. Don't ever wish for death, or the sea will grant it on a moment's notice. No, we've got to move on. It's what Stormy would have wanted.
How about we sing a song? That should raise our spirits and the sails.
No. Stormy was the music on our ship. And your people took that away from us. There will be no more joyous music on the ship.
Charlie, calm down. Selby didn't do anything except save our lives.
They let her out into the tide pools.
Selby didn't force Stormy out. Stormy went out because she was curious.
You should have been watching him. You are his mother. You just let him walk out the door into the night.
Charlie, don't do this now. I have been beating myself up inside about that night ever since it happened. I didn't mean for a son to wander away.
Okay, look, we're all a bit strained right now, but we have to keep our heads in our work. Look, the fog is setting in.
The captain's right. We need to get the mainsail set so we don't get stuck in this call.
Oh, no, hold on, Skye. I think we ought to keep the mainsail down. This fog seriously limits our visibility. We should take it slow until it clears out.
Nonsense, punctual boy. Just let's get those sails up.
Sir, we don't know these waters. We just drag a reed or keep it a shoreline, and
Then why don't you open the crow's nest and keep a lookout then?
there's nothing to see from the crow's nest, Captain. The fog's too thick.
Then go find something else useful to do. Scully, what do you see?
There doesn't appear to be any damage to the ship.
And no land in sight haven. In fact, I don't even see the water.
I'm no sailor, but it looks to me as if the ocean has drained away beneath us.
Yeah, that's pretty on the ground.
All right, Hodge. Here's what I want you to do. I need you to take Jethro and have him lower you down with the rope off the side of the ship. We need to see if we run aground.
Are you crazy, sir? We're not careening the ship in dry dock. I could drown if there's still water out there.
Can you hold Jethro on the line?
No, sir, but...
Then tie the rope around your waist and have them lower you down. We need to assess the damages.
Will they be okay?
They'll be fine. We'll be fine, Punch.
Oh. There's no water under the hole, Captain.
Blimey, we've run aground.
There's no land either.
What?
We appear to be floating or some such.
Jethro, pull him back up. I think he's gone crazy.
Captain, look up the sails.
They're blowing upward.
That can't be normal.
Oh, I've never seen it before in my life. They're going to be blown that way as if we were boys. Flying. But that's absurd. How can a sailing ship be flying? The map. Yes. It said that the island was not resting on the sea.
What if the island is actually in the sky?
But that's ridiculous. Let me take a look at the map.
Oh wait, I have the map in my habit. No, I can explain.
You're a girl. Oh, Black Velvet, and you try to steal my map?
No, it's not like that. Yes, actually, my name is Cora, and I'm in the Black Velvet Band, but I never tried to steal from you.
The Black Velvet Band. On this ship. I trusted you, and you tried to steal my map?
Not anymore. She was just trying to start a new life by escaping her past.
You knew? I can't trust anybody on this ship.
Fred, no one wants to hurt you. Some of us have complicated pasts.
I had to disguise myself to escape the court. Please, I just want a new home and a new life free from that.
So you stole my map and lied to me to get what you want.
It's not like that, Fred.
And you! I was right, weren't you? I can't trust a shapeshifter. I was right about you from the beginning. I should have just stayed on my island alone.
Maybe you should have.
Okay, that's enough. Fred, bring me the map. And Peter, or whoever you are, come read the runes. We need to know what we're up against.
Captain, I think we need to turn back. I've never flown a ship before.
Not now, Punch. The clouds have to be the road right back. Skye, come on, take the helm.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's have a look at that map.
I'm done, sir.
Not now, Punch.
No, I'm tired of you treating me like such a cabin boy. You forced me to do ungodly tasks and you never listened to my ideas.
Punch. That is not true.
No, let me finish. You disregard my intent to keep everybody on schedule and you disrespect me in front of the whole crew.
Punch, that's enough!
You and your new best friend can discuss your plans for the future in a break.
Mutiny!
Yeah, no. You can join me, or you can spend the rest of this voyage in a break.
That is a mighty big claim, Punch.
Charlie, you know we're not going to survive this. We can win Grove Battle, and this doesn't have to be a mutiny.
We are not going to run away now. We're so close. Please don't do this.
Will not help you, Wilbur.
Done with you. Now, messing with this map. It is not comfortable. Now, I see that these are clouds. I thought they were fog at first, but I must have been mistaken. What do these symbols mean?
These are Anglo-Saxon runes, sir.
You're the Black Velvet Bandit.
Yes, but I've changed. I just want a new life.
Well, I don't appreciate having a lie on my ship, but you have been useful. Now please, read the map.
Wait a minute. Oh, no.
What?
No.
What is it?
The siren crowing.
What is that?
It eats 7 whales in a single meal. It can disguise itself as a small fish, but then it grows into the greatest terror of the ocean.
What is it, boy?
Sea monster!
Go there!
Yes, sir. Quick, help me get the sail. They got us working next to Taylor.
Listen up. Since you're a shapeshifter, can't you transform into a giant creature and fight this thing?
It's not like that, Fred. I can only transform into something my size or smaller.
So you say you won't help? Typical.
She is helping, Fred.
Stay out of it, Peter. Or whatever your name is. You sort of brought the reasonest things after us. We probably stole something from it.
Fred, we can't go on blaming each other. We have to fight this thing together.
Hoping you stand by anybody on the ship. When your busmate is trying to lead a mutiny, this crew is falling apart, and you're still so optimistic, it makes me sick.
At least this sea monster went and changed my view.
My boy, why don't you and Misty go down below deck? I wouldn't be able to forgive myself if you were taken by the creature. Sir, I think there's a slight flaw with your plan.
Oh, what's that?
Well, we're not from the sea, sir. But we're not flying either. In fact, we're definitely falling.
How can we be falling from the serene giant? How does any of this make sense?
Ah! It's got me!
General, hold on!
Help!
I've got you, stay strong, buddy!
Help!
Come on, stay strong! Yeah! Are you okay, Nate?
I'm so sorry about Stormy. I've never been...
Listen, you didn't need to hurt her. Let's destroy this thing before anyone else gets killed.
Oh, this beauty is not turning up to my own home.
Tessa, grab me that bottle of rum, will you?
It's so typical of me thinking of drinking at times like this. I thought you changed. I thought that maybe we could bring our lives together. Try to build not sharing with the box.
Please just trust me, Tessa! I'll take the honeymoon.
Tessa, I will do anything to protect and support you, even give up the drink. But this firewall doesn't break the sand. The passion I feel for you in my heart.
Charlie, you sure know the way to my heart. Harpoons and explosives.
Watch where you're going.
I'm sorry, it's difficult walking on the ship. It's flying one minute and falling the next. Not to mention the giant sand monster.
Don't have some magic dust you can throw on this thing.
This thing is too big for that. Isabel, hurry!
Thank you. You two are amazing. I thought I was dead for sure.
Sir, is everything okay with them?
Oh, everything's okay. Everything's amazing. We just been attacked by a giant sailor. From a mysterious mob. Everything's peachy.
Sir, it's okay to be scared. I'm scared I just run too tight to keep out of this.
Oh, he seems like a nice dog. No, but I wasn't scared. I was only searching for some guys.
Pull on, boy. We can't allow the beast to get the mental for some.
Somebody help us! Anybody, I don't think we can hold on much longer.
I'm boy Solomon. Now pull hard, gents. It's gone.
The same monster's gone, all right.
Boys, we're flying away. It's gone.
You're still alive? I guess I owe you an apology, Captain.
I was just scared.
It's okay, Plunge. I know I haven't been an understanding captain lately, and I'll work on doing better if you'll keep me as your captain.
Stormy would have loved this moment. She always enjoyed seeing people laughing and getting along.
She did.
Captain, if I may, I'd like to dedicate this moment to Stormy.
Of course, Scully. Here is to the muse and the soul of our ship, to Stormy!
To Stormy!
And may she grace heaven with the beautiful music.
Captain, I collected some flowers back at the island. I have them here in my bag. I'd be honored to place them on Stormy's body.
Please do.
Wait a minute. I have an idea.
What are you doing?
Stormy!
Thank goodness you're okay. What did you give her?
Remember the water from the Silky Cave? And how it made us all feel younger and refreshed? I collected some of it.
Why, Joe has brought her back to life. Welcome back to the crew, my dear.
Okay, you're alive. Captain, I hate to break up this beautiful moment, but I think that's the Isle of Skye.
We made it. We finally made it.
This is the most beautiful place I've ever seen.
Have you ever seen waterfalls that fall into the sky? I can't even find the words.
I think I might cry.
Let's set up camp here on the beach, shall we? All right.
Oh, Isabel, do you see that?
What are you pointing at?
There's a cave on that cliffside.
Yes, I see it.
I saw a light glint from it a moment ago. Oh, there it is. Do you see it?
No. Oh, there it is. I saw it. Do you think it's a signal of some kind?
What are you to look at?
There's a light glowing from that cave up there.
Laura, let's go check it out.
Wait. Maybe you should go more.
Charlie, you can keep an eye on this from down here on the beach. We're not back in a few minutes. It's like a search party.
Wait, Jerry.
But where are those two ladies going?
They're probably going to relieve themselves.
It's rude to speak that way about ladies.
He's right, Hatcher.
Captain!
Is it the gemstone? I think we're going to be rich.
No, it's not a gemstone. It seems to hold sort of magical energy. It's like it's what caught my eye when we reached the beach.
Do you think this is what we came here for? Do you know the legend?
I mean, it might be.
My mom said that the magic on the island could grant a person's greatest desire.
Did your mom tell you how the magic was supposed to work?
I don't think so. Maybe the map will give us a clue. Cora!
What's here? Well, it talks about the island and the clouds and the sea monster, but it doesn't say anything about its magic.
One wish will be granted to the bearers of the sword, but the wish must be made by a circle of friends from different lands. Once the wish has been decided, recite the silken phrase, and the gilding.
Well, we have the circle of friends, but what do we wish for?
Well, this adventure was my wish. All I want now is a safe return home to my Matilda.
Yeah. For once, I agree with you, Wilbur.
I'm just happy to be here with all of you guys.
I have got my Charlie back, right?
Oh, really, Jess?
Well, you gave up the drink, and I think maybe I can give up privacy against a try.
It's Fred's mouth. I think he should get to decide on the wish.
Isabel, I don't know what to say. I think I owe you an apology. You've never done anything to hurt me, and all I've done is mistrust you.
I understand your parents.
I know, but that wasn't you. Cora, I owe you an apology too. You never tried to steal my man. You were just trying to help. I should have never mistreated you like I did. You tried to be my friend before anyone else did, and I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I lied to you about who I really am. I never meant to hurt you. I think I'm with the rest of the group. You get to make the wish.
I don't deserve you guys.
All right, then, lad. Recite the enchantment and make your wish.
And the gilding.
I'm the gilding. I wish my parents were still alive.
Easy. Oh my.
Fred, your story began with a loving mother and father. They loved you so much. As you grew, they played with you, taught you the ways of the sea. Your mother cooked your meals, tended your home. Your father fished in the sea. One night, the ocean breeze blew open the door to your house. Your mother cooked away. Your father was at sea. You followed the song of the ocean out the door. Your mother was so worried, she called your name. Your father joined the search when he returned. They didn't find you at the house, and the strain of losing you sent them in different directions. You were all alone on the beach, but the Selkies found you. They turned into a mother and father and took you back to your house. But your parents were gone, searching for you and losing themselves in the heartache. The Selkies took you to the island and built a home for you there. They became your parents, a loving mother and father. They loved you so much. As you grew, they played with you and taught you the ways of the sea. But one day, visitors came.
No, I can't bear to see my parents be killed again.
I don't think your parents were killed, Fred. You were raised by Selkies, and Selkies can only stay in a human form for 4 years at a time. If they don't return back down to the water, they'll die. Your parents, or rather your Selkie parents, vowed to take care of you as long as they could. The night we saw them taken from their home, it was their friends, other Selkies, who were taking them back down to the water. They weren't being killed. They were being saved.
But if they weren't my actual parents, then...
Charlie. Oh, my boy, I'm so sorry.
I should have been there.
I should have never walked out on you.
I don't think things went away. I promise. Don't be like that. Do you know what happened to my Selkie parents?
I don't know.
Those footprints on the beach. I'll bet your parents have been watching over you on the island.
I bet you're right. That would explain why the song in the Selkie cave was the same song my mother used to sing to me. Does that mean we're done with this then?
No, I think it means we still need to make the wish. I mean, Fred's wish is already true.
I think you're right. Isabel, you should have your last wish. You still don't know about your own hand.
I used to think that finding my place along my paper was all I really needed. I found my place.
Oh, that's precious. A full crew, full of options. And nobody needs a single wish.
Guess that means the journey was worthwhile. Thank God.
Patrick, you've put more than your wings on this voyage. You take the last wish.
Yeah, you do deserve it, boyo. You are noble and selfless, even in the face of danger. I feel like your wish could represent all of us.
And Nigel I wish for all of us to return to lives of simplicity and joy. And that's the way it happened. We all returned home without having to figure out how to get down from the island in the sky. Which way we're all changed by the journey. That's for certain. No. Wilbur returned home to Matilda. They spend their days traveling the isles, collecting shells and flowers and spinning their tales in local pubs. Charlie and Tessa built a cottage next to Fred's house on the island. Charlie has never gone back to drinking, and Tessa has no native piracy. They're making up for lost time. Oh, I'm sorry to hire Fred. Fred reconnected with his Selkie parents. They still live there at the caves, and they watch over him and his family. Solomon! Solomon found his flock of sheep, but his mother and father were worried sick. Thankfully, he reassured them that this internship had taught them many newfound skills. They were so impressed by his bravery that they now let him go on his own adventures. As long as Jethro and Selby teamed up to make Fishcorp let the Selkies go back to their homes. Jethro was offered a management position by Fish Corp, but he declined. He now works on a private fishing boat. You may have heard of it. It's called the Diamond. Stormy and Cora joined Isabel on a new adventure to develop new magic utilizing music. They resolved to help Isabel find the origin of the shapeshifters. Punch became the new captain of the Diamond. With Skye as his first mate, they will have the best ship in the harbor. Thanks to Punch's incredible management and their amazing skill, their single catch rivals the entire catch of the fleet of Fish Corp. Now, you may be wondering how a cabin boy who wanted to be a navigator ended up to be a beggarman. Well, I wish for a life of simplicity and joy. I couldn't be happier. I get to spend my days traveling the Isles, telling stories. I guess what I really wanted was friendship. And I got all that, and more, in the crew of the Diamond. Hey, Cora, could I get some E from you?
All the money that e'er I had, I spent it in good company, and all the harm I've ever done. Alas, it was
if you would like to go, then that is okay, but we will stay here and answer any questions that you have.
We know that the last thing you probably want to do after sitting through a 3-hour musical is sit some more, but this is a great opportunity for these guys to share a little bit of the experience with you. So we invite you to stay if you're interested. If not, we won't hold it against you. We thank you for coming tonight. We'll hold it against you. Miss Sid, you want to come on down? So I'm Mr. Salmon, this is Miss Sid. We're the directors of The Isle of Skye, an original musical written by Martin Perkins. We're going to have everybody introduce themselves real briefly and tell you the roles that they play. And then if you guys have questions about our process, you can ask them. Jesse, you want to start us off? Nice and loud.
I'm Chesney, and I'm in Fox Group.
I'm Elihu, and I'm also from Group. My name is Zane, and I play the role of Charlie.
I'm Lily, I play Sylvie.
I'm John, and I play the role of Fred. I'm Simeon, and I play the role of Jethro.
I'm Amy, and I play Stormy.
I'm Chandler, and I play Scully.
I'm Mia, and I'm stage manager.
I'm Micah, and I play as Punch.
My name is Coral Jackson, and I was Isabel.
My name is Jaden Cruzan. I was Patrick and the music arranger.
I am Arlisa Step, and I was Captain Isolde Brackenmeyer.
I'm Haley, and I am one of the puppet group. I'm Heather, I'm also part of the puppet group.
I'm George Clinton, and I'm the Euphonium soloist, and I am also a puppet group.
I'm Grace Shepherd, and I'm Peter/Cora. I'm Savannah Story, and I'm Tessa. I'm Kira Meeks, and I was Melvina, and this is Selkie.
I'm Tyler Jackson, and I play Solomon.
I'm Christina Livingston, I'm Karen Makeup.
I'm Amber, and I play Matilda.
I'm Charlie, and I'm a costume.
I'm Joseph, and I play Wilbur.
I'm Abby, and I am assistant stage manager.
I'm Brooklyn, and I'm also assistant stage manager.
I'm Mason, I'm in Lights Crew and House Crew.
I'm Rachel, and I'm down.
All right, I'm Mr. Sander.
I'm Mrs. Hinton. I did some music arranging, pianoing, and music directing.
So questions for these guys about the process or about anything? Yes?
Did you have fun making this?
Do we have fun making this show? So much fun! Well, fine then. I had fun. I'll be the lone one here. Yes.
Yeah.
How long was the idea of using puppets a part of the theme? How long was it
I think that the idea of incorporating puppets started with the idea of the show. I've always been interested in puppetry. Anybody who's had me as a teacher knows that. But it just seemed like a good way to tell an epic story in a simple sort of way. And it was flexible in a COVID time when we weren't sure where we'd be exactly. Yeah, back there.
How did we make up the story?
How did we make up the story?
So we started with a series of role play games, both in the stage production management class, for those of us who were in that, and then we had some little rehearsals where we would do that, and we basically came up with a basic plot doing that, and we started with our main plot line, and then we went from there and started writing the script.
Yeah, we had the idea to do this big seafaring adventure somewhat in November. So during our quarantine, the stage production class, we did a bunch of research on old folk tales, old myths, old monsters, and we were doing that for the entirety from November to December, and just trying to plan out what we really wanted to incorporate into our story. And then, as Savannah said, whenever we got back into class, we decided that the best form of brainstorming would be through a role play. And it was a few days that went by, and it was just this long story, and it turned into the story that you all watched today.
So was all of the script developed before you guys started rehearsing?
We got our full scripts a month ago.
It was a week before tech rehearsal. We got our podcast a week before tech. We had to read our script off of our phones because they were still typing it.
was polishing and putting the final touches, which we are still doing.
People who actually wrote some of the script, can you guys raise your hands? Like who actually wrote the dialogue? Like these are like the big writers.
Do you guys ever do something like this again? If you guys write the script?
Potentially. Not every year, though.
If we ever do this again, I demand you give us more time to memorize our lines.
Fair enough. Yes.
Did you publish the script yet?
We have not, but it is definitely something we've considered. We know that as this is a first draft, really, there are cuts to be made, there are adjustments to be made, tweaks to happen. But yeah, it's something I think would be cool to look into. Totally.
A sequel, maybe? I don't know.
Absolutely not.
A prequel. Prequel.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the development of the puppets and how that all worked. What were they made out of? All of that.
Well, actually, oh yeah, really go for it.
So, I have a digital drawing tablet, and he came over and said, draw these for me. So I drew a bunch of silhouettes with help from my mom and him. And then he took it on his fancy schmancy woodcutter, and he cut out all the silhouetted puppets, the wood thing, and then gave them to the puppeteers to tape up and put on sticks and stuff like that.
So I have to shout out to a couple of people first. First of all, these guys came on as puppet crew. They're both freshmen. Alien and Heather came on first. And it was one of those experiences, and Rachel, you'll appreciate this because I did the same thing to you as a freshman, where I said, "Okay, guys, you're on the puppet crew," and they're like, "Cool. What's a puppet crew?" And I'm like, "It's shadow puppets," and they were like, "Okay." So I said, okay, we're going to just research a lot of stuff and we'll get you going, and these are kind of the ideas. They went through the script and they picked out some good spots where they thought shadowed puppet would work. So then we came up with a list of what those scenes were going to be. Then Corinne did an amazing job of organizing all of it. She drew out storyboards for each of the sequences and came up with exactly what pieces were going to be needed to really organize it all. Then Lily did a bunch of the silhouette drawings. Those came to me. I used the laser cutter that we got before we went into quarantine in March, and we cut them all out. And then these guys have done an amazing job of bringing all of that to life on stage. So.
For the non-shadow puppets, we decided to use things that you would find on a ship in order to make it. So the chicken, of course the chicken head, I mean, hopefully you won't find that on a ship. And then a little feather duster as the tail. And then the board was made out of a flour sack, a pillow, lots of rope, and plungers as the feet. So a little clomping was the plungers. So that was also a really cool, simple idea.
Misty! Where's Misty?
Misty's the real star.
Yeah, he looks
So she has mop heads too. she has 2 mop heads and then a pitcher.
So fun fact, throughout almost the entirety of rehearsals until like the first show, he never came on stage with Misty. And most of the comments and the rehearsal notes were, "Hey, where's Misty?" and so Mr. Stagner had this great idea to make a poster that you would like make for a missing dog, but instead of a picture of a dog, it was just a picture of like a plastic picture. And that was most of the entirety of what the stage manager said during rehearsal is, "Hey, where's Misty?"
She also died about 2 times during the show.
During the ferry thing, when we were passing her around, someone dropped her and she shattered.
It was gruesome.
like this is the best form of air conditioning.
So when we were first talking about doing this show, we planned to do it at the park, Montezuma Park, and so the costume design, when we were talking about it, we were like, we need to make sure these kids can stay warm. We had to layer it up. So then when we moved inside, yeah, the opposite.
Okay, what were your guys' initial reactions when they were like, yo, we have to write our own play?
My parents laughed. And I told them, it's gonna be good, guys. Just please give us time.
I was like so scared for so long. Like I was like, I think we can do it. I really do. But this is a hard test to take on for like a high school class of like 6 people. I'm like, I genuinely, you got a lot of hope. And I'm glad that he does, because it turned into this. So.
I went into it like, yes, this is gonna be amazing, and then I got started like, well, okay, this is definitely more than I thought it'd be.
Throughout, let me just go back a little bit, back in time. So, at the beginning of the year, we started doing radio dramas. Sandra was like, hey, compose music for the radio dramas. Okay, then he comes up, like, this idea of musical is compose music for a musical. Okay, fine! That's more of me, folks! And then, Chuck Week, he's like, entr'acte? You want to entr'acte? It drove me slightly insane.
Just a little bit.
But it's all good experience.
Yes.
The idea of making a musical long enough for an audience horrified me because I thought it'd be too long or too short. Still a little too long.
Yeah, so I'd like to, in the future, go into theater and be an actor. But when he told us at a board meeting, Zoom board meeting, hey, we're thinking about writing our own musical, I was this close to being like, maybe being a dermatologist would be better. Or maybe a doctor or something that, you know, has at least some jobs in it, but no, it ended up really cool. So my first reaction was like, okay, Sander, I'm pretty sure you're insane. My second reaction was, okay, this is going to be really cool. And then when we started doing it, and everybody was putting in 100 ideas apiece, I was like, no, you're just insane.
Way back in the back.
Whenever you guys like started writing the play, did you have like roles already planned out for people? Or did you like no?
I mean, not really, no. So within the class, when we were doing the role play, different people in the role play contributed different character ideas, but I think the only person who ended up in that role was Coral. Because like else ended up with different characters. Because like I ended up in the role play portraying 3 characters. Like I was Fred, Punch, and Jethro.
And he wasn't any of those.
Yep.
Yeah, my character Stormy was initially an older grown man.
She wrote my characters. She wrote Selby and came up with incorporating the Scottish legends of Selbies into the show.
One other way that we kind of decided who would be what character is once we had like the different character ideas planned out, everyone kind of did an improv show, I guess you would call it, where we would choose one of the characters and play it out, and depending on how well we played it out, or depending on how Sander and the other people felt about it, they would choose what character we got.
Another thing is that, so the stage production management class wrote the characters for the most part, and then the people who were not in the class but still kind of wanted to be a part of putting it together, they gave Mr. Sander their ideas, and he was like, well, we already have like 20 characters, but I like that, so I'm going to put that in each piece of that into different characters. So I came up with a character, and I gave it to Mr. Sander, and he was like, that's a really cool idea. And then like half of that character got put into Grace's character, and I was like, hey, that was my idea. I see that. That's really cool.
The other half of Grace's character I came up with. So both of our characters combined to make Grace's character.
Basically in summary, we all went gung-ho into this, having a one-sentence description of our characters.
Yeah.
It's like you're a shapeshifter.
First of all, I'm very impressed with the characters and the story you guys were able to put together, as well as every prop you used for the stage stuff. I especially love the tentacle squid monster thing. That was pretty well done. Second of all, how fun was it, or difficult was it incorporating Scott Jackson, Fire Jackson?
It's a lot harder than it looks. You know, I can do this. Like, it's Scottish, you know, whatever. No. No. You study it for weeks, you're like, I'm going to do this, and then you lose it. You're like, there are some people who keep it so well, like Jaden or
Grace.
Yeah, Grace.
kept it really well.
But, others.
So, some of you may know, we plan to open the Crucible before we open this show. So, the thing with the Crucible is Senator, going back to his crazes, was like dialect.
Actually, Savannah suggested dialect.
Listen, I'm just saying the Crucible is a lot more intense with those like original pronunciation dialects. By the way, come see the Crucible in 2 weeks. Oh God, 2 weeks. 4 weeks? I made a mistake! Don't listen to me! I've been saying 2 weeks for so long.
I just wanted to say that my favorite part of the entire show was Rachel's laugh.
Yes, you're like an entire audience in one person.
I won't keep you guys too long. We're going to take one more question, and then we will wrap our evening up.
How could Grace see through the eye patch?
I can't at all. I actually close my eyes and I take a little nap. And if there's people around me, I plow through them. If you're in my way, that is your fault.
Yeah, one time during practice, we were practicing, and she just hit me right in the mouth, and my lips started bleeding. It was so fun.
She tripped like 7 times, and when I was being carried, I freaked out 8 times.
I just wanted to say, one thing that Sandra brought up last night was how interesting it is to put out something that we wrote and that's something that we love to an audience, and how you guys are like seeing this with fresh eyes and like, I really like that. Ooh, I don't like that. You guys like, it's just really cool because the bad things, it's like, ooh, that's my fault. But the good things are also like, yeah, I wrote that joke and they laughed. So it's just really, it's really cool. It's really personal.
We thank you guys very much for coming to see our show. We love having an audience back live again. After a year of not having live audiences, we really, really appreciate you and we've missed you. Thank you so much. Spread the word. Get more people here next weekend and have a good evening. Thanks.